We are back, guys, for one more installment of the Raleigh Sport bicycle buildup. Where we left off, guys, we had this beautiful hub here, this Sturmey Archer hub that I tried taking apart. I got it down pretty good, but I'm unable to break the rain guard off, and that's the next vital step to opening this hub up. I soaked it in a lot of different rust penetrants, and I couldn't break it free. It's been soaking for, I think, probably about a week and a half now. We gotta move forward. We're gonna build the wheel back up. That will give us a little bit more torque, I guess, so that way I can hold it steady while I try one more time to bust it open. And if that doesn't work, we'll just build it back up, lubricate it, and it'll be almost just as good as breaking it all the way down, so not to worry. While we're fixing this bicycle up, we are going to be drinking some beer. I'm gonna enjoy it. Hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy it too. So let's get to it. I'm gonna build this hub up, not on camera. I'm just gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it knocked out. So here in a second, we're gonna start torquing on the hub with the built-up bicycle wheel. So I was able to use my modified spanner wrench, grab onto the hub pretty good. I got one solid pull on it, and I busted my knuckles open. I think that's a good sign for me to move on, and we'll just have to clean the hub out as it is. Looking deep in here, you can kind of see it's still pretty nasty. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm just gonna use some degreaser and probably a toothbrush and try to get in there as best as I can. So I got this Purple Power degreaser here. This is from my local hardware store nearby, and this stuff I've heard is pretty good, so we'll use that with my ex-girlfriend's old toothbrush. So hopefully these things will be able to do what we can do without breaking the hub down all the way. And just pour a little bit in here. Start off with a spring first. It smells minty. It's probably the toothpaste on here. But yeah, it's definitely cleaning it up pretty good. I think this was a good purchase. Just getting a lot of it off, but there's still a little bit on there. So keep going. So I think we're gonna need something a little bit more abrasive. So I'm gonna use the Scotch Brite green pad should do the trick. All right, so we got the hub broken down as much as we can go. I think we're gonna have to just grease it up and put it back together and hire myself some extra people here. So I got my daughter. She's gonna be cleaning the bike up for me, and I think while she's doing that, I'm gonna enjoy a beer. So I was waiting for the right time to open this beer up. This is from Urban Roots. It's called The Night Will Fall. I feel like right now is as good a time as ever to sample this particular beer. All right. Night Will Fall, a vintage dated imperial stout brewed in 2018. Is first aged 15 months in bourbon barrels, then bottled and aged for a further 12 months in our cellar. This process yields enhanced fruit and malt and mellows the intensity of the roast Why is that?
I don't know, it just feels fatter. Oh shit.
Did you hit it on something?
No, just this stuff is on, something got on it, so it feels fat and warm.
That's weird. Gotta find the valve stem hole. Get a good press. Make sure that it stays where it's supposed to. Now it is tape, so it is slightly adhesive, but it doesn't like to stick too well on this rusty rim. Got the rim tape in place here, and we're gonna put the Kenda K40 tires on here. Should look pretty good. So the adjustable cone here goes on the left side. The right side tightened down, and then what we gotta do is get the cone wrench in here. We're gonna spin it. We're gonna tighten this side. So it's too tight now. Back it off a little bit. And there it is. It's starting to look like a bicycle again. Pretty excited. I haven't trued the wheels yet, which is pretty evident. Definitely got a nasty kick, but we'll get there. We'll true it. Let's go with the rear fender and the rear rack and the rear brake. I just noticed something. The brake cable goes onto the right side of the bicycle. Most bikes, it's on the left side. All right, let's get this rear rack and fender installed. So I promised we'd be drinking more beer, so we're gonna be drinking a beer from Great Nation Brewing out of Portland, Oregon. This is a Skywatchers double IPA. It is 8.2%, and it's cold, so it should be good. So, cheers. So I'm not really good at, that was rude. I'm trying to talk and that dog over there is just barking over me. Anyway, I'm not really good at diving into the taste of different beers. Basically, I like it or I don't, and this one, I like it, it's good. I usually like to read what other people say about it so that way I can be like, oh yeah, I taste those fruity notes or blah, 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 whatever. Pretty happy with this, man, pretty happy with this. This is all kind of coming together pretty well here. All right, well, it's a good beer. Let's get back to it. We're gonna put that front fender on. All right, fender time. Every single thing I put on here, I just take a step back and think, wow, this is really, really looking good. I almost got the bike back. So this is what it looks like inside. That's a bearing race. And that bearing race is frickin' nasty. I'm gonna put an excessively large amount in there, just so I can hopefully break it free, and we'll just let that soak for about 10 minutes and we'll come after it in a bit. Yeah, that is way better. So really, this grease is gonna be used in our favor. It's gonna help keep all the bearings in place. So we're just gonna coat the inside of this. Excessively coat the inside of this, I should say. And then we'll put our bearings in. And that's why the bicycle is actually here at this angle, just to allow gravity to kind of work with us. These are 1/4 inch. So I got 10 bearings in there. Next we're gonna lube up this guy. There's 2 lengths. You got the short length and the long length. And the long length is gonna have the drivetrain side on it, right? So obviously drivetrain is on the right, which means this is going in first. we don't need to be shy with this grease. And grease up this guy. And the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna put a ton of grease in here. What you want to do is you want to make contact and you want to back it off just a tad. So there's contact, and we're going to take just a little turn off of it. Now it has a lot more free movement. And this guy right here is going to actually lock everything in place. Now these things are pretty sensitive, so any hitting with a mallet that you do, you're gonna want to be gentle with it. There we go. Same thing, just a little tap. You definitely don't want to use the threads to pull it through. If you do that, you're gonna end up breaking it, so. All right, cool. Well, let's run some cables. Now this is where an extra hand really could come in handy. What I'm having to do is keep cable tension and squeeze the brake calipers together all at the same time, while simultaneously tightening it up back here. So to make this a little bit easier, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a zip tie. I'm gonna grab these tools away for a second. And cinch a zip tie right around here so it keeps the crease in the cable as tight as I possibly can get it. That'll be that third hand that I've been asking for. There it is. Now I should be able to tighten this guy down as tight as I need to get it. So now we got the shifter cable installed, we just have to get the shifter cable tensioner installed. It's going to go in the seat tube, and it'll just kind of ride on this pulley here. So just like before, we're gonna measure the old lengths to the new length. So here's the old chain, and we're using a PC1 nickel SRAM chain. This is at single speed, and obviously this is also technically a single speed as well. And a neat little trick, you can just shove a small screwdriver through there. That'll kind of keep everything in line for you. Wow, this has been quite the journey. It's taken, I think at this point, 2 months to complete this bike. I have a full-time job, so I haven't been able to be completely dedicated to it, but I have learned a lot about these bikes. I've had a lot of fun, and I've also spent a lot more money than I initially intended on spending. Thanks for following along with the journey. I got plenty of more bicycle rebuilds coming up soon, including repainting, fine-tuning, and a bunch of other cool little videos. So like, subscribe below, and be sure to check out the next video. Thanks guys.